Hi, morning everybody. What's going on? It's Saturday. It's time for track feedback. I'm playing a little one of my own jams that been working on just to have some background music. So Alex is here, Piv is here. See Mr. Melvis, Morton the Mindbender, and Oliver and Matt Schultz. I just had my laptop fan begin dying, so if you hear any weird growl noises in the background, or if you know how to change the fan on a MacBook Pro, let me know, because apparently I have to do that next. And gathering of the usual suspects. Yeah, Matt Schultz, where's your 16-bar loop update? Okay, so this is the track I've been working on. I've got it running through here. This is a demo master, excuse me, master. And we heard this one enough. I love getting feedback on it, but I don't want to waste your time talking about my music because we got other people's music. So let's start off with a couple from Alex. He just joined up in the track feedback crew last week, and we want to see our Spectrum. Again, I got to set up my Spectrum inputs. That's how you do that. A little shrinky dink on down, drag, drag, drag. And let's see what we got. Buy some canned air and spray into it. Yeah. I hope that'll work. Okay, EQ flat, stereo, and this Bouncing Betty pre-master, so let me get the master send level up. And let me know did we do this on Wednesday? I know you had like 4 tracks up. Oh, Matt, you did the dub techno. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you said that. I don't know why that one didn't pop up for me. Perfect. I thought we did Bouncing Betty because that piano note. Sorry, Bouncing Betty. 2 Souls. That was on the tab from last time. All right, good. Only 2 souls are left. Only lovers left alive. All right, cool. And got the Matt Schultz roller. Oh, good, Matt. I'm so glad you have a track in here. That's super cool. Now I'm going to close Discord for today. A little more level on this one. The vocal is coming in nicely. Oh, Morton, no, we're doing a normal YouTube audio today. I didn't collect WAV files from everybody, so we're not doing listen to. Sorry. I like this mid-range synth. Really good feel. The choice of sounds goes really nicely together with the feeling of the vocal, if you know what I mean. Yeah, vocals are a bit dry, so to solve that problem or a situation, Maybe you could add a plain reverb and a delay, or possibly even copy the vocal and make a very wet, processed version with a lot of delay and reverb, and then blend the wet dry together. Yeah, the ARP is definitely cool. That mid-range synth thing is totally holding it together. Nice clean sub-bass notes down here, you can see. The piano is a little plinky. Some of the high frequency part of the piano is making it sound a little like somebody's playing too hard. Like on MIDI notes, either the velocity is too high, or it makes the piano sound kind of cheap. Yeah, I would like the piano tone to be a little softer, because the whole song is like minor key, soft synth, soft vocal, and then having a piano that's like plank, 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 plank. It's like the piano has too much of an aggressive bite on the high frequencies. Caesar, hey. Matt Schultz, is the bass line eating the tail of the kick a bit? Let's come back and see if we can isolate that. It's a good question. So Alex, drum programming is cool. I like how there's a hi-hat layer coming in. The opening hi-hat tick is in place. I can feel how the mastering, you could use some, more overall level in the drums. Chord progressions are good. Oh, I like that delay on the snare rush. Check that out, everybody. We did a kind of a traditional snare drum build-up, but then it fades into a little decay, like a delay. So it goes, makes like an upward ramp and a downward ramp. That was cool, putting the snare drum build-up into a delay. Jasper, how you doing? So that open hi-hat is louder than the ticky-ticky hi-hat. The soft one is like... You could balance those a little bit, take the open hi-hat down a little bit and the tick-tick hi-hat up a little bit, so the drums are overall kind of like filling the same space. Morton, vocal needs to be a bit more upfront and louder in the mix, in my opinion. Yep. We're not trying to tear you apart, we're giving you specific tips of what could make it really pop into place. Good sound with that bell. Yeah, we're at 5:45. I'm still totally in the track, didn't get bored. Nothing stuck out as wrong. Just little tweaks of like where we could have more or less of individual things. I want to hear that little transition again. Right there. The kick drums just went boom, 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 boom. Really simple, double it up. Who is messaging me? Oh no. In case anybody's watching, I'm sorry I cannot collect track links on Facebook Messenger and all kinds of platforms during a feed. We really need them in Discord before the broadcast, or if you really have to send me a SoundCloud message is best, so I can open it from the browser and not open up any other platforms, because I don't want to glitch out other people's music. Thank you for understanding on that. Cool, nice ending. Yeah, good. Whoa, stop. Okay, I like the feel on it. A couple things could be louder or changed a little bit. Mainly, I guess the biggest impact would be with the lead vocal to get it up louder in the mix. I would go with something to do. I would actually copy the vocal to 3 channels. So you have the center for the lead and the 2 copies panned left and right, and then EQ the side copies a little bit differently so it feels like a wide stereo image. And right there, that's going to make it start sounding better. Then I would set up some return effects with a plate reverb and a delay, and then send like your vocal group into those effects where maybe the plate reverb is constant, the delay could have like a little kind of wash behind it, and then maybe a second delay for like a really long, slow effect for once in a while, where like at the end of a phrase, you just kind of throw the voice up into the long delay to get that dot, 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 dot echo kind of thing. Glue compressor, I'm not sure. Well, glue compressor on drums, on your drum mix, yeah. Give me all the feedback. Matt, beautiful tune, absolutely. Yeah, the vibe works great. Yeah, the chord progression, the choice of sounds, and the story that's happening in the track are all really, really good. So mainly the mix notes, lead vocal notes. Some people get really into like, multi-band compression and saturation and stuff on vocals. My opinion is if you can make it sound excellent with simple tools, start with that. And then if you want to go into more advanced vocal processing chains, go ahead when you're ready for that. But basically, stereo width and some more reverb, a little more volume, and some delay would really, really make that like a crystal voice on top of the track. And we talked about a couple things. Open hi-hat was too loud compared to the closed hi-hat, so you want to get those two like kind of in the same volume range and a little bit louder. And then the piano tone was clinky and bright. So if you could change the piano tone. And Matt said something about the bass line and the kick drum. The question was, is the tail of the kick drum merging with the bass notes? So there's our kick, right? Let's find the bass note. If we can see where the kick and the sub are together. It looks like the sub notes are nice individual bumps without a lot of like huge mush around them. From what I'm feeling, the kick drum could be a little louder relative to the sub bass, and then use your sidechain compression to get the sub and the kick working together. I feel like if I turn it up more with my EQ, I get more bass line, but I don't get more kick drum. And for this track, we do want the kick drum to be really like doof, doof. So that's my intuitive psychic reading on your kick drum. Matt, go with parallel processing. Good comment, yeah. All right, let's keep moving because we got tracks. Speaking of tracks, so this is version 2 of OSP track with Operator. What is that? Operator 25 B8R2D2 C3PO. Oh my God. Yeah. Speaking of kick drums. Whoa, sorry, that was loud. Don't redline your broadcast, Steve. Let me just start that over right here. Wow. What is that high frequency? It's like a total high-low thing, just a clink and a bump. Yeah, Alex, great piano work in keys. That's really nice progressions in the track. Oliver, you got me doing this. And this is everything made in Operator, right? Morton, thank you. Yeah, some vocal processing racks would be fun. All right, bass line coming in. Kind of on the dub side. stabs. I really like the sound. To me, that's the rhythmic essence of this one. It's almost like a conga player. That's good. Oliver, if anybody doesn't know from the group who's watching, Oliver is like really good at rhythmic conversations inside tracks. There's always like a call and response or a little like two-part thing. And there's a clap with a really wide side thing. Hold on, let's clap. Good sound design. Nice. Can you tell us about the pre-effect on the clap? Whatever the snare drum function that sound is, there's a little bit of like a krr, krr. Do you guys hear that? There's like a little effect that comes in before the clap hits. What is that sound? Or how did you do that? Really effective. It leads you into the snare flip position. Did we just hear it by itself? Like at 255, I heard it really clearly. Kick and the bass are working together. I think the mid-range synth part could be a little louder. You know, around 1,000 hertz, 900 hertz, these atmosphere synths, I think those could be louder. I guess that would come up in mastering, but ghost note on kick? Yeah, very cool vibe. Let's see what happens in this ending. Pitch shift. Oh, it's like the kick drum ran out of gas and it's slowing down. Ooh. And that high frequency peep peep. Beep beep. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Caesar, I think that was all operator for the synths. And right here around the these little like echo W stab pad things. Boom, boom. I'm feeling like that could be a little bit louder because the kick drum is so nice and big and buttery. And the drums are very crisp on top. So the mids, I don't want them to be too far in the background. But overall, it's working really, really well. Mindbender, top of the kick drum is not working for him. Kind of doesn't fit with a really good vibe. I'm not sure. So here we have the kick blended with that super high jingly kind of thing. Here we can hear the kick. The tinnitus sound, Piv. Okay, that's where we hear the top end of the kick having a lot of buzz and crackle. It wasn't enough to bother me, but I definitely hear what you're saying, that it's not, it's, yeah, darker. It's not a dark round kick drum. It's kind of like a crack. But kicks are very personal and stylistic. You could change the kick a little bit. Feels like a glitch. Oh no, like if the kick was hitting a limiter and then somehow was like getting digital clipping, possibly. Darker in the dub mode. Turn the lights off when you're doing kick drum sound design. Oliver, that's great. And it's especially cool that you did it all with operator and a couple of effects. The track has a nice simplicity, flows all the way through, and takes us on a journey, and there's some nice layers and stuff happening. So make a couple tweaks. I think that could be done next week. Oh, speaking of Mindbender, new one, Lucid Dreams, Space Disco, EQ flat. Let's hear it. And Pivclit, that high frequency tinnitus sound. Okay, maybe that was too much for you. I noticed that right away. I was like, ooh. Yeah, the fake triangle, ping, ping, high frequency deal. Just have it once in a while, you know, it doesn't, just like a little bit. That was a good sound. Yes. Giorgio Moroder came over to my house. Flanger on the cymbal. It's like I like how you're always able to achieve a breakdown even when the kick drum is still there. Let me just rewind a little bit. So here's like we're in the jam, right? And then right here, you achieve the feeling of a breakdown without cutting the kick drum. So a new synth came in, a couple of drums dropped out, and the rest of the stuff kind of kept going. I think that's pretty interesting. Building it up with a vocal sample on another layer. I like the pulse in that string. Flanger on the overheads. Here we go. What do you mean overheads? Are you miking an actual drum kit on this? You like recording a drum kit? Perfect. So structurally, we just built it up to a high melody note and then cut the melody out to make a deep drop at the bass hits. So Alex, here's an example of a vocal that feels wide and loud at the same time on top of the mix. Let me go back and check that in mono. So in mono, we can still hear the voice and still notice that the effects are there. And then in stereo, you get much more of it. That's good. Taking us to space right here. And the comment is, great build up and drop. When the voice came in, there was a synth that was masking those frequencies. It was loud, it was in the same frequency range, and it was kind of covering up the vocal more than I would like. I was ready for that vocal to just really ride on top, and there was sort of some competition in the frequency range, so let's just check that out. You hear that? The synth, it's like that high note. I want to see if I can isolate the actual note. There's the synth creeping up. I think the note around 1.3K is right on top of where the vocal is. Up there, it's cool. I like those video game sounds. So yeah, sound design is cool. Great vibes and great feel. Maybe just tweak that one synth part so that the voice is not getting like taken back. Yeah, put a notch EQ on that synth. Oh, Tom is here too. And that's Morton, that's your voice right there? Low end is tight and solid, check that out. I know visually is not the best way to look at it, but we can see the kick and the sub are pretty close to the same level. That is cool. Really good sound design on that riser. Now we got some stereo happening. Is there a woodblock percussion? Like, tambourine coming in to keep it fresh. Yeah. Yesterday in the production workshop, we were talking about a skeleton of rhythm where it changes every 16 bars or 32 bars and makes the whole track stay exciting because there's layers coming in and out and little transitions at the end of each phrase in a Mindbender track. So when you have your rhythm changing consistently and staying interesting, you can have these long, wet acid lines that just keep kind of oozing around, and the synths can just do their thing, and it's the beats that are making the skeleton of the track. Nice. What was that sound? A little vocoder coming in there. A wood block and no cowbell. There's that wood block. Yeah. Totally groovy. Hear that fan? Sorry. Cool. Morton, excellent, man. I just, I found one tiny issue of your synth overlapping your vocal. And other than that, I don't have a lot of recommendation for things that need to change. It feels like it's pretty solid. Oh, Shepard has telepathically complained that the kick drum needs more bite. Shepard, where's Shepard? Where's Maxime today? People sleeping in their bed. And that's version 1, is that right? It's a brand new track? Yeah, cool. Okay, up next, Ghost Ship. Is Ben Hunt here? I don't think I saw him today, but let's see what we got. EQ back to flat. right off, what do you notice differently? Feels like the kick drum is soft and kind of thumpy and far away, and the bass line is loud. Wood sticks are the hippie equal to cowbells. I thought that was the hand pan hang drum. You can see this kick drum is one of those ones with a real long tail that comes up over time, like boom, 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 boom. We were talking about that on Wednesday. You can see that the sub frequency is hitting later than the other part, which is okay if your bass line's not in the sub. Yeah, you can make a hi-hat sound from a hacky sack too. It's like the hippie hi-hat kicking a hacky sack. What was that little synth right there? That sounded like that was cool. That's in a Steve Miller track, the beginning of Big Ol' Jet Airliner, I think. Mindbender, different kick with more definition on this one, and it's done. Yeah, bass line is like really loud and prominent, right? And the kick drum is not pressuring equal to that, so that's what I'm hearing. But I like how the bass line goes down to about 100, then it's clean underneath, so you have a lot of space, a lot of options for the kick. Ooh. Yeah, the delay on that synth kind of lengthening the notes during that build-up. And this sound? That's a nice interplay. This sound is long, and then the short one is in the gap. Ben Hunt, really good sound design. I think Ben Hunt jumped up a level. The last 3 months, the tracks we're hearing have gotten noticeably better. I'm gonna give it a little low end here. That's a little low shelf EQ boost. Get that kick coming in heavy. Kick is a bit muffled. Yeah, I think that's a volume thing. I don't think it's an EQ thing. I think the kick just needs more volume. Here. You can feel the kick does not have a very big attack at all. It comes in like whoop, whoop, whoop. And it has that long subtail. So yeah, the kick drum could use either a layer with a tight, sharp attack kick drum, or possibly some hard compression with a slow attack time to like put a bump on the front of it, or honestly switch the kick drum, you know, just try some different ones to feel like a nice solid pounding. Just swap the kick drums till you feel a nice solid low end. It has more of a aggressive bite on the kick, not like a click, but just like a clear beginning instead of like whoa, whoa. I'm trying to describe it. Yeah, Alex has no transient. That's what it is. Ben, great vibe. 4 minutes in, still interesting. Tweaking the synths, keeping it interesting. Like needs a click. That snare drum. The volume on that snare drum fill was okay, but tap, tap, tap. Three single taps like that. That snare drum sounded like a drummer, like, "Hey everybody, dink, 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 wake up." Like, it was a little boring, maybe. Just too simple. Like the snare drum, if you had a ghost note or like did it, or like a little like 16th note kind of thing, or like tick it, did it, something to kind of make a more like faster rhythm before the drop again. a rhythm like da 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 da, something where it's like faster taps, a little bit more of like a rhythmic message, instead of just the three taps just feels like dink dink dink, attention everybody. I don't know. Do more with that snare drum fill. The volume was good, but the pattern was just like slow, and I think it could be more exciting. The synths are really nicely mixed. You can hear them all. You can feel everything. Drinking my coffee. Like that one was perfect right there. Da 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 da. It kind of leads you into the next beat instead of just feeling like you're pausing. I guess maybe that's another way to say it. And was that the only vocal we heard? That was a good vocal. Let me just go back through because I'm expecting. There's kind of an unwritten compositional rule that important parts of a song should not happen just once. Like if it's a vocal, that's usually a pretty critical part. Having it just kind of once here and there, it sounds good and doesn't give you enough of what you want, but it's too much to ignore. Totally adds to the vibe of the track in a really, really good way. But it comes in so late in the track. I'm gonna wonder, like, is this a new record getting mixed in, or why was that so late? How come we didn't hear it before? So I don't know if that's just one sample or whatever, but I could handle hearing that sample 3 times in the track. Maybe like once here. Around 2 minutes. Maybe again right here. A little kind of melody mix. And then right there. Beautiful instrument. The vocal instrument is such a beautiful sound. It always adds, it takes any track to like another place. It's like, oh, it's a vocal track. So I would say it might sound predictable, but use that sample 3 times, like main drop, middle, and then towards the ending. And then people will feel like, oh yeah, I'm getting a nice hit from that vocal thing. It doesn't have to be a verse or a lyric or a song or like a rhyme or whatever. Just the voice as an instrumental sound. I think it would help to have that more often. Give me some opinions. Does anybody else think the vocal should be more, you should hear it a few more times in the track? Because I like it so much, I don't want to hear it only once. I want to hear it more. Matt Schultz, no complaints. Hits all the important bits. Okay. Oh, that's great. Really nice sound design at the end. And again, I like ending on a riser where you ramp the song up at the very end to lead into the next track. Ben Hunt, great, man. Really noticeable improvement in your production in the last couple of months. Alex, okay, Alex, I think that's a yes on hearing the voice a little bit more. Okay, try putting in 3 vocals, change out the kick drum, and that should be pretty close to done. Donats. Wait, did I miss anybody who's here? Okay. Forgotten Valleys, and we got some Mindbender Masters and Matt Schultz. As always, I like to play tracks for people who are here live, and Adam's always underground. I mean, off 12 hours off our clock. Not underground, but on the bottom, different time zone. So let's hear what Matt Schultz has been up to for the last 7 minutes and 7 seconds. EQ flat. Oh, Tom could be a bit more vocal and with some glitch effects on them. Mindbender vocals should be a theme. Matt Schultz having the vocal several times is a maybe for me. Oliver agrees. Yeah, you don't want to be cliche and have a really sampley. Like a lot of electronic music will use the same exact sample way too often, and they're trying to make it all dramatic, and you're like, I don't know, or like they have that sample, it's like system overdrive, and you hear it like 5 times in the track, and you're like, dude, come on, So don't do it like that, but just 3 times can be classy. That's a classy track, beautiful. Just keep the theme of feeling nice with it, and the first 2 times you could play the whole piece, and then the third time you could have like the ooh, and put it into a delay and cut off the ending of it. Some kind of variation and repetition. Variation, repetition. No more forgotten valleys. Bye. All right, roller. Let me bring up this level. It is so freaking cold out right now. Like everything outside is totally frozen solid. Yes. I hear voices in the background. Mr. Melvis, -5 Fahrenheit. Are you in the south direction? Am I right on that? That's cool. What am I drinking? I'm just drinking coffee, man. Ooh, yeah. Perfect so far. I got no comments. Oh, Matt, cool. Fresh approaches, resampling stuff, arranging on the go, different sound designs. Yeah. Oh, who's here, Maxime? That middle synth, it's like that one. The first one we heard, I like it. It's kind of scratchy. I could feel a little more on that hi-hat, just a little more volume. Tom, did you hear the background voices? It was like that train station thing. Matt Schultz, mixing is not the best. I'm not sure I can agree with you on that one. Yeah, it could be improved, but it's listenable right now. It's cool. Yes, official spliff-friendly track. Wait, what was that little boom? That was the whoop in between the kick drums. Whoop. 329, there's one solitary whoop. Turning up my headphones. Yeah, the stab that's coming in now is so nice and loud and bouncy in the stereo field. Yeah, Maxime, you show up just for the vibes, right? I want to build a greenhouse and play this music for my plants. No, I mean like tomatoes. Get like a tomato this big. Really nice atmosphere. Shepherds. That was a nice atmospheric wash right here. That wispy effect that kind of got louder and disappeared. Yeah, dark tomatoes. I know they're going to be like those purple ones or something. Matt, this mix is good to me. I could hear the drums a little louder, but that's just because the synth group got so loud on top. Feels like. Yeah, just the snare drum and the hi-hat could be a little louder. Just a little EQ to show that up. Morton says drums are perfect. Okay. Tom, you hear those voices now? Where are those from, Matt? Like street noise? It feels like there's people behind me talking. What's the location sound for those little background voices? Okay, Alex wants snare drum a little bit through. Oh, Shepherds, clocky, clicky percussion could be abused with delay. You are right about that. It's like a subtle background layer of voices. Very cool, very cool. Matt Schultz, the Matt Schultz. That's great. Classic Matt Schultz style. Feels really good. Sounds interesting. I think the mix was pretty solid. Towards the end, the synth group was, I thought, a little loud relative to the drums. And at the beginning, well, no, I guess the volume's the same there. Yeah, let's all make tracks with people whispering and then tell Steve there's nothing. I don't know. There's nobody talking. And give him to Ian. Freaking DJ Waters will be like, I'll be like looking behind me on the shoulder. So, Matt, great track. We know you make tracks fast and get them done quickly. So I think if you do one more mix on that and touch up what you want differently, it's going to be ready. So, the Paris train station. All right. Go ahead. Put some voices in your tracks. See what happens. We'll find out. Danats, save me from the voices. Bam, Danats style. So Matt Schultz and Danats are two people. I think you could pick out their tracks anywhere. What do you guys hear in this kick drum compared to what we've been hearing? see it has bottom, but I feel it's more like mid-range boxy kind of. I like what you're doing with those little vocal samples. Looks like the kick drum has some energy from like 300 down to 150 that you could scoop down to get rid of that mid kind of box feel, have more of a low bump. Shepard's woody, yeah, a woody feel. That 200 250 hertz area is like kind of that wooden thing. Little saxophone sample happening. So Matt, yeah, synth group was, I noticed that it was dense towards the ending part. Melvis wants to cut up Mr. Melvis at 500. Okay, structurally, I heard a full sax lick a second before that little gap. I think it would be good to move that sax loop later, just a bar, so when the kick drum drops out, we hear the full sax extension. That sax at 150 should happen here, right? After this crash. Down, now, 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 now. Let the sax open up in the breakdown instead of fighting against the build-up right before the breakdown. Says me, what do I know? But that's what my instinct was. Is that vocal sped up? It's like... Spot that sample. Is it from a George Michael track? Caesar wants the sax wider. Oh, the sax. Sax could be wider. Careless Whisper, George Michael. Mindbender, if you know, what is it? All right, Adam, that's awesome. The sax into the delay right here. Alex loving it, right? You'll get to know Danats has this super chopped up bouncy style. It's always like... And the vocals are great too. It's always on the edge of like, I can't quite understand what they're saying, but it adds this like human energy. Shepherds, spread out the percussion and make plays for the main characters. It is a dense mix, yeah. Morton, do you know that sax sample? For the low, like skiing with the fro, and he flow like a pro. Got a hoe, with a hoe, I'm a dro, like a pole. So, like your bitch, drop it low, I'm about to blow. It's good. He pay up in that wood. Man, I hope it's understood that we blowing on that good. Man, I wish a nigga would. So I wish a nigga would. And my bankroll, like, oh lord, I can't deposit no more. This shit is easy, so boy, you think I'm gonna go for it? So sure, I got this. Vocal could be even louder. Swipe it, you got it. No call, that's his profit. The rapping, I locked in, no wait. The rapping, man, be known to pray y'all fake. I love it and feed on that hate. I'm straight, calamari and steak on my plate. I really like the effect of speeding up the vocal. Sounds like it was warped and just shifted. It's kind of choppy, but you can still get the syllables. Morton, open up 300, 400 hertz, bit around 500. long feedback delay thing you've been getting on lately is good. Let me go back to 5 minutes. Listen to that crash and the sound that comes after at 5. Right here. Long feedback stereo delay. Super good. It's a hip hop track. Get out of here. And the bass and drums ending. I just scooped out some low mids and boosted up the bottom. That's that boxy kind of part. And there's back to flat. When I say boxy or wooden, it feels like the low end is like literally like a hollow kind of sound. Whew. Shepherds, meaning the last, or what are you saying? Oh, not so full. Yeah, there's some spots where it does feel like the vocal is a little buried in the mix and not loud enough because there's so much going on. So Shepherds was saying something about spread the percussion wider so we get more of the voice. Yeah, like right here, the sax and the vocal, the snare drum are knocking all together. But it works. I love what you did with the vocal right in here. It feels like
man, I hope it's understood that we blowing on that good. Man, I wish a nigga would. So I wish a nigga would. And my bankroll like, oh lord, I can't deposit no more. This shit is easy, so boy, you think I'm gonna go for it? So sure, I got this. Them racks in my pocket, on plastic, it's mad deep. Swipe it, you got it. No calls, let's drop it. The rap ain't got it, no wait. The rapping man be known to great, y'all fake. I love it and feed on that hate. Straight calamari and steak on my plate.
I would put that vocal a little louder. All right, Danat's probably the most unique style of our producer group. You hear a Danat's track, you just know that's what it is. And all of the tracks fit together as a group. So, and you're cranking them out, man. You probably have a good 2-hour set by now with all the tracks you've heard. Shepherds. Adam made really great progress in the last few weeks. Yeah, I agree. And Shepherds, by the way, you're another one with a nice grouping of tracks coming together. So it's 1 o'clock and we only got a couple tracks left. Oh my gosh. So the morning after the night before, this was posted, I think, for Wednesday. Deep Tech, and it's a master version, and EQs are back to flat. Let's hear what we got. Shepherds, did you give us an update for today? Let's see what's on Discord over here. Here's another long tail kick drum. Oof, oof. You can see the sub frequency hits later than the attack. You know what sound I like of this one? It's on the triplet. A little beep. Yeah, the panned hi-hats. Sick. Morton, we need the download link. Okay, a little panning and LFO on those hi-hats. See, like that. There's a vocal sample we hear at the beginning of the track at a first dramatic moment. So we're kind of ready for the presence of a vocal. It doesn't have to be a vocal song, just like a human sound, kind of at the beginning. Talking to Ben Hunt on that one. Let's count how many times we hear that sample in here. Shepherds, I'll mangle your cowbell for you. Mindbender's tracks always have this subtle bubbling feeling, like there's little stuff like bubbling. Yeah, vocal placements, that was 3, right? Much going on in the sound, all these layers. Little birdies. Right here. Okay, so when you say you're doing this, riding the faders, doing the mix live, does that mean you can make edits and edit this mix, or do you have to like record a whole new take if you want to do a different version? You know what I mean? That's a cool vocal thing. A little bit of harshness on that one sample. Yes, cruising. Twelve channels in one take, all right. It's a pretty bright mix too. Back here, I want to review this part because there was the high frequencies were pretty crisp there. Curious what's going to get built up after this. Yeah, right there, that frequency. .14. a little EQ in the mastering would fix that. This one also has a nice conversation, like, and then the answer comes in. Like a de-esser, yeah, like a dynamic EQ kind of thing. Those two sounds. Bow, bow, wah. Good, good, good. Yes, those sounds. I like how the claps kind of got interesting right here. Wait, what was that? That sound. Yeah, driving home from the party the morning after, the night before. Something's still rising up. I want to hear that bass bump. Bonk. Bringing it down. Mindbender gets some claps on that one. Everybody's loving it. I'm loving it. We're feeling it. Couple of little high frequency things of just that, 3,000, 4,000 hertz, bright, crisp thing that could come down a little bit. And the riser on the outro. I know. I don't know what it is. Outros fascinate me. The way you end a track and get out of it is like such a cool thing. Amazing work. I agree. And then this one, the Melvis and Mindbender experience is where we had Mr. Melvis put some guitar on a Mindbender track. I think we heard this on Wednesday, but let's see what we got because I'm curious. A lot of Mindbender today. Prolific producer, Mr. Melvis. Ooh. Oh, thank you, Morton. That ending riser was cool. Coming with a 3-neck Steve Vai axe. And that bass neck that only had 2 strings with frets or something, or frets on half the neck or something. Oh my God! What was that? Okay, I gotta tell you, there are still moments happening to me where I hear a song like on the radio in the car. There are still moments when I hear a song that I've never heard since before I went to audio engineering school, which means a track from before 2000, I guess, or 99. And sometimes I hear them, like a Van Halen's track or something, and I'm like, oh my God, I never, I remember it, and I always think, oh, I know what that song sounds like. Then I hear it again, and I'm like, what the hell were they doing in that mix? Or Metallica, actually. I was listening to some Metallica. So anyway, that one little scream lick, that guitar sound is super familiar, but I don't think I ever looked at that on a Spectrum or even really thought about it since before school. So let's just look at that. That's like coming right out of Slayer. 3.6 hertz, 3.6 kilohertz. The vocals add a lot. I like the vocals. I like how the kick drum is nice and flat. It's like book. I guess short is the word. Book. You can see there's long sub bass notes. So in that situation, you want to have a short duration kick drum that gets out of the way. Yeah, Pantera, right. There was a time when putting electric guitar into a DJ set would just get you kicked out of the club and like you'd never play there again. I remember that, like 2005, people were like not hearing it. Now it's like crushing. That was almost like a Santana kind of little moment. Some of those were pretty loud, I don't know. I like what these vocals are doing. Oh shit. He's finger tapping. Oh my god, that's great. Yeah, I was just thinking that, Piv, that the guitar is like really sticking out loud relative to the vocals and the other kind of solo sounds. It's such great performances and sound, but I think the guitar could come down a little bit. Cyberpunk, breaking boundaries, for sure. Or make the voices a bunch louder. Either that, because what I'm feeling is like the voices are a character and the guitar is like up there. So Mr. Melvis, what are you doing for your guitar sound on this one? Are we coming through an amp and miking a speaker in the studio, or are you doing are you just recording guitar in dry and processing it in live? Like, how'd you get your sound? Specifically at moments such as, for example, get ready. It is an interesting collaboration. This is a collaboration that totally came out of this group. Nobody expected it. No person could predict it. It was unimaginable until we heard it, and then it's like, whoa, pretty good. All right, thanks everybody. It's 1:15. That's all the tracks I got for you for today. And for anybody who's watching who doesn't know what we are doing, this is all about the Track Feedback crew, which means you get access to the Mixitexture Discord server where you can post your tracks in our private channels for each genre of music: house, techno, acid breakbeats, down tempo, whatever. We have all these different genres, And the really cool thing is that when you post your track, you get a separate thread for your track and all your comments in one place. So you can come back and see your comments and collect all the tips, which is hard to do on Facebook. Facebook scatters everything all over the place. 2 days later, you can't find it. Here, you get threads for a week. You can post your link, get feedback from these clowns in our live feedback chats. And we try to give you super specific practical tips on sound design, song structure, and mixing with timestamps and everything to really help you improve the details in your mix to get it ready for release. That's what it's all about. Normally it's $25 a month, but for the month of January, which is ending soon, you can get in for only $15, and that price will stay the same as long as you want to be a member. It's really worth it. I can't think of anything better than a producer community to help you get the music out of your mind and even out of your studio so you don't worry about it, because you need other people with different speakers in a different room with different ears on a different day who are not emotionally attached to your music, who just listen to it and say, hey, this is what I hear. These are the good parts. I can feel the vibe. I understand where you're going with it. And there's a couple things you need to tweak. That's what it is all about, having a producer community to get you across that hump from your test mixes to final releases that are ready for mastering that you can shop around to some labels and get them put out. And people in our group are doing that on a monthly basis. It's really amazing to see the progress people are making and hear the music that's coming out. And I want y'all to join us. If you're making tracks and you're part of Mixatexture, you should be in Discord with us. And now is the time to sign up. So click that button. This is patreon.com/Mixatexture. You click join. It'll take you right into Discord and get you set up in there. And then you'll have all your permissions and everything. And we are moving forward with some new interactions to do high quality audio streaming so we can get off of SoundCloud and YouTube and have actual direct Ableton output to your input and hear high quality audio and do some voice channel hangouts and things that are coming along. Oh, I forgot to mention Frenchcore. I know we don't have any Frenchcore mixes today. DJ Waters is traveling. Tom didn't put anything up. The hardcore is on pause. So, any other questions? Wait, was that an answer? VST, wow, through Guitar Rig 6 and Native Instruments. This is all MIDI? Mr. Melvis. I just have a hard time not imagining a flying V guitar with somebody with their legs like this far apart just fucking banging it. But you have pyrotechnics when you record it at least, right? I mean, is there something on fire when you're recording it? Or exploding? Stereotypes. Okay, stereotypes. Oh, by the way, the new DJ Waters track, the Coca release, dude, he got like 186,000 plays on that track already since like last week or something. That's how I do the guitars. All right, cool. And then if you take the mic on a cable and swing it around your head a couple times and like smash the chandelier, if we could get that on video, that'd be great. Don't listen to me, everybody. Thanks for coming to Track Feedback. It's that's all I got for you this time. So it's gonna be Wednesday next week. Get your tracks updated and in there. And then we'll have production tips on Friday, track feedback again on Saturday. Keep the whole ball rolling. But if you want to sign up and if you're still watching and if you're not in the group, Monday is January 31st. I'll take new people until Monday for $15 a month. And then starting on Tuesday, that deal is gone. So this is really the right time to sign up. The Track Feedback crew, as you can see in our chat, is awesome. Thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out. I love seeing everybody on Saturday. It's like our little family reunion. And the vibes have been just absolutely awesome and perfect. And I'm glad we can all be a part of this whole scenario. So that's it for me, and have a lovely weekend. Go do your laundry.